Hi, Robert. How you doing?
Wonderful, John. It's been a while. How you been?
Well, I've been doing pretty good. I just waiting for your call, and basically this video and stuff like that. I've been really anticipating and talking to you, actually face to face, which I've never really actually done with you, and been really been actually excited about it too, because I told my wife about it too, Janet. So
Yeah, yeah. I know that you and I've gone back and forth for years. I don't even know how many years we've known each other.
well, I think we actually known each other. I think that first time I think was actually in 2008. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I
Yeah.
love technology because this allows me to look in your eyes and smile at you. And
Yeah.
one day we'll get to meet Janet. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I was really well. It all started is when we got together and with Bob Klein. He actually called me by mistake, really.
Wow.
Out of he thought I was a gentleman that came out of, I guess, in Oregon, Portland, Oregon area.
Okay.
And he thought it was that gentleman, and basically it came down is that I was not him. And
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. So he just once he
yeah,
found out that you guy had the wrong person, he probably just went right into the question. Well, listen, do you know anyone that wants to make any money?
yeah, and that was it. And I think at the time it was a travel business or something like that that he was doing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
correct. Pro Travel Network. Yeah,
yeah, and so I was like going, oh, okay. Um, he asked me about it, but I told him I was not really interested in, in a kind of service product type business. I was more into health and wellness,
right.
and so he just said, well, he gave me information about it and stuff. I looked at it and said, that's fine. That's just, I just, I'm not really. I'll take a look at it. I'd be just generous and say I'll take a look at it and stuff like that. I mean, being nice to him and say that, but it came down to where just, I guess he was waiting for that right time when he asked me about when Gano XL came into the picture. 'Cause
Yeah,
he, uh
a lot of people don't know that, one of the keys to my success is really truly understanding, John, that if you can find people at the right time in their life, it's not only the right time, but just the right mindset. So I tell people all the time, if you tried to recruit me into a home-based business, let's say 9 months before I got hurt as an auto mechanic, I
yeah,
mean, I worked my whole life to be an auto mechanic. I got all these certifications. I moved from North Dakota, Montana to California to work for Roger Penske. I was going up the ranks with Roger Penske. This is when I really believed in that corporate ladder stuff. and I kept getting raises. I kept working my way up. And one day I was going to be a crew chief, John. I just really truly believed it and was working day and night to make it happen. And then all of a sudden I get hurt. So I tell people, if you would have called me any time before I got hurt, and really you had to wait for about 9 months, 6 to 9 months, when I realized I wasn't going back to be out a mechanic. I became humble. I
hmm
became open-minded to generating some way to make money because I knew it wasn't going to be mechanics anymore. If you would have called me any time before I got called, I would have said I wasn't interested. This is not for me. I'm not a salesperson. Man, I would have come up with every excuse that everybody who's watching this video would have came up with. I don't have time. I don't have money. I mean, I would have had everything. So it's very, very important for people to understand that as you go through the process of finding the right people at the right time in their life, is not to take it personal when you run into someone where their timing is not right. So a perfect example is Bob Klein got a hold of you, shared with you the opportunity that he was doing at the time, and it was not the right time and the right place for you.
yeah, that's true. I was just not. I wasn't going to get back because I've been in ACN, and I first started out in network marketing and what was it, XL Communications?
Oh yeah, that's where Scotty B. Merker. He came from
Yeah.
there, made a lot of money over there.
Yeah, and I was working with some top people in there, but it was just like it was not. I wasn't really much into the phone stuff and like that and everything like that, but it was a business. It was introduced. This is my first introduction to network marketing in 2001.
Right.
It was just like we worked at it. We got customers, and probably made a little bit of money, but not very much. And it just was like, you know, I'd like, is there something better than this? What I was kind of thinking in my mind, you know?
Yeah, and I tell people too, you know, when you look at the thousands, virtually the thousands, you know, you go to directsellingnews.com or DSA.org, that's the directsellingassociation.org, and you click on the amount of companies that market in this kind of way. I seen a post today that, you know, to think about network marketing did $178 billion last year. $178 billion. So just think of these funny statistics, John. People go, well, I've heard of those companies and no one makes money. No one makes money. Okay, let's say that the companies are even greedy and they don't pay out 50%. Let's say they pay out 40%. So then you take 178 and you divide it by 2. You know what I mean? So let's round it down to 70. I know people are going, listen, your math's not good. Well, that's okay. All right. So we'll round it down to $70 million is 40%, and it's paid out to the distributors. Well, now we got the other one that they say all the time, John, as well, only the top people make money. Well, if you took all the people, let's say that you took 200 people that make over $1 million a year, which, you know, that's being very conservative. Mm-hmm. So that's another couple billion. And then let's say the people that make 100,000 to $1 million is another 5 billion. Again, I'm grossly over exaggerating these numbers, right? So let's say that those two numbers add to another 10. Now we're down to 55 or 60 billion dollars that's paid out to just average people every year. You know, if people go, well, no one's making any money in this. Yeah, they are. There's a lot of people making $100 a month, $200 a month, $500 a month, you know, and like I said, over $60 billion worth of money that's paid out. And I mean, God, if we were really good at math, what's 60 billion divided by 12?
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Is that like around, you know, maybe $5 billion is paid out a month?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
$5 billion paid out a month, not to the top money earners, just the average people like you and I, John.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be nice.
Yeah. So that's why people, I think that's why people like me are comfortable. You know, we knew that if other people could do it, so could we, you know, and so this year at Eric Worre's event, you know, the GoPro event, he's got a 2-day event that's happening before that that's called the Six Figure Summit. And only people that can document that they made six figures in a year, and people that are 7-figure earners get to go to this event. And you know, I heard there was going to be over 1,000 people there, 1,000 people that make 6 figures plus a year. I mean, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it is pretty powerful.
Yeah, from hundreds of companies, from hundreds of countries. You know what I mean? So every make and model, a person, every race, every age, everything. So it's pretty phenomenal.
Well, it's just like, you know, I've always, I knew that you've always been kind of I wouldn't say you've never had the silver spoon in your mouth. You never grew up that way, and you've always had to work hard when you were younger, and, you know, being a mechanic and stuff. And I kind of understand that too, because when I was younger, I got a degree in forestry, and I worked in the woods.
Yeah.
For a little bit, and that's tough work, and
very hard work. It's
yeah.
So, I grew up in the oil fields when I was young. You know, I started out doing paperwork, with paper routes and stuff like that, and then I worked at the movie theater, and then when I got involved in, you know, working at gas stations, doing, you know, cleaning cars and doing oil filters and stuff like that, and that was back, show you how old I am, John. You know, 52. I was working at gas stations where they still had full service. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember
that. Where you pulled up and they put the gas in your vehicle and also washed your windows and stuff. And
yeah. I'm the same age as you. And
oh wow.
Yeah. So I understand when you talk about that. I remember as a kid to see these guys run around the car and they'd be putting gas in and doing your windows and checking your oil and everything.
Yeah, asking if you wanted your tire pressures checked. And then when I got probably around 16, 17, the oil fields came into Williston, North Dakota. That's where the big Bakken oil field is, where everybody is going crazy up there. And I would work putting in saltwater disposal lines and pit liners and working as a roughneck on the oil field. And I could make $30,000 my 3 months off in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. But now I grew, I didn't, my father disappeared at the age of 13, never seen him since, and got put in foster homes. So now, man, I had to work for every dime that I ever made. And so I love work ethic. I love that phrase that if you can find something that you can fall in love with, you'll never work another day of your life. So when people ask me, I don't understand why you would go out there and do interviews with all these people. And I said, because I love people. It's like, why don't I want to meet people? That doesn't make any sense to me. So you get involved in a business where you got to build relationships and build a satisfied, loyal customer base, but you don't want to talk and meet people. There's got to be something wrong with that, John.
Yeah. It's like I basically, when I got involved with this, I was like, I actually was working at another place for the state of Washington, and it was a place called Rainier School, where we were working with individuals that were developmentally disabled, and so we were just working with these people, and a lot of them were had intelligence of maybe 5, 10 years old, and stuff like that. So it was where I was already introduced by myself to working with people, because I always worked jobs where it's either maintenance or custodial type work, and it's just like you don't usually work. You work with your crew, but you don't really talk a whole lot.
Right.
And in this work, you had to actually talk to people, and basically just be with these people and teaching them and stuff like that, things they didn't know. Just like so I had learned how to be to interact with these people, and even the people I worked with, because it was a lot of talking and a lot of teaching and stuff like that. And so
very cool.
That's basically when I guess like God jumped in there and said, well, he's learning to do this, now I'm going to introduce him to network marketing.
Well, I always tell people all the time that network marketing for me is just a vehicle. You know what I mean? If people want to get to New York or they want to get to Miami, Florida, there's a lot of different vehicles that you can take. You can take a bus, you can walk, you can take a bike, a motorcycle, or you can fly. And me, I've been involved in 15 different companies, and I'm always looking for trends, and I always want to be involved in companies that have momentum. So when I can find a trend and that trend's moving that direction, I always tell people a trend is like a freight train moving 90 miles an hour west. If you get in front of it, you go west. You don't have to be smart. You just have to get in front of the trend.
So yeah, it's just that's how basically from that point on, that's when I've been in, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 businesses.
Okay.
And now basically following what you guys are doing, and I'm also been doing what the TLC with Fred Herzog too.
Okay, so,
cool. So I've and then also I had been in Nikon too, but Nikon's so hard. I've been having some trouble with that one, because it's just like the products are expensive, and people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to get into that. It's a lot of money for that, So how that goes. So the people I work with in that, they're close by. They live right here in Washington State. I'm going to live 9 miles from them. It's just like, they tell me what to do, and I'm like, we do it, and it's just like, we've been in this business for a while, and it's like, we haven't even made no money in this. We're putting money all into their company, but we don't get nothing back. And you get frustrated. And so...
Well, yeah, the reason I came up with the idea of unlimited profits and success in minutes is because... 3 years ago when Eric Worre asked me to speak on his stage at the Network Marketing Pro event, that was the first time, John, that I've ever talked to people outside of my organization, outside of my company. And so when I all of a sudden was talking to all these people, they were going like, how do you put 500 people in a day? How do you put 15,000 people a month in your group? What are you doing? And my philosophy is, man, just make it simple, make it so it makes sense, just make it so people go, I can do that. And So when I started realizing that a lot of people started coming to me asking me, listen, can you please teach me the skills and the philosophy and everything it takes to do that? Well, then that's when I started doing recordings like you and I are doing now. And you know, before you know it, if you're doing them every day and a couple times or 3 of them a day, you know, before you know it, you have hundreds of hours of videotape, you know, online that people can now go out and listen to. And so, you know, if anyone watches this video, just know that John and I have known each other and we've been partners for years. And, you know, somewhere around this video will be a link. And if there's not, get a hold of John. And, you know, he can show you a link to go right into our back office and see all the free tools and social internet tools that we have and all the free training and mentoring that we have. So we're here to help you. You know, our goal with Success in Minutes is to get over 1 million people for free that we get to inspire, mentor, and train. And so, you know, so you can go in there and check it out. And if it helps you, good. And if it helps you and you want to share it with people, better. And if you want to get personalized mentorship by me and interactive personal mentorship, you can sort of look at some of the other interviews we've done at roberthollisinterviews.com. And we're here to help you. We're here to help you. So, you know, this will allow John to be able to share this video with you. And John, you got any other specific questions you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, I was just, I mean, I'm glad to be working with you with, you know, with Success in Minutes, because it was just basically that I told Janet, my wife, about it. And said, well, we got to do something. We need to make some money. What jobs we do have is not really getting a whole lot of money coming in, and I actually right now work at a native casino, and I make very little money, you know, and it's only like $9.75 an hour, you know, and they don't pay a whole lot. You know,
right.
I'm at other casinos too, but they paid a lot more. But right now I'm just kind of settling for what I can get, especially at my age. You know, they're not looking for people my age, you know, and stuff. So, you know, and so my wife said, well, we need to do something to get more money coming into the house and start getting rid of some, you know, some of the debt we do have.
Good.
And
well, we'll definitely help you. That's for sure.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I really think that, especially being mentored by you, you know, I think, you know, you're a person that, like you said, been documented, and you know what you're talking about, you know, and so we come to get help.
Good. Well, there's definitely a bunch of videos out there. Fred Herzog is a very dear friend of mine, and there's quite a few videos out there with Fred Herzog, you know, being very, very nice and sharing with people that I've been his mentor for years. So I've known Fred all the way back in the ACN days. So Fred's an incredible, incredible human being. I really love that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I keep in touch with him, and right now he's down in El Salvador, so I've been, you know, texting him back and forth and stuff like that, because we have an individual right now we're working on trying to get him to join our business in that business.
Good.
So,
very good. So what was the question you wanted to ask me?
The question?
You got a question for me or no?
Well, you know, basically you kind of answered a lot of the questions because you were talking about like that. You know, I was going to ask you how many businesses you've been in. You've already told me that and things like that.
That's funny. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know what else to add. I just you know, I'm sort of wore out, to be honest with you, because of the you know, the webinar we did last night. You know, I just know that everyone that's watching this video, you need to find a documented mentor that you can learn from. When I put a bunch of notes together for that webinar last night, John, it really made me think about some movies, you know, like Karate Kid and like Dead Poets Society. You know, Peaceful Warrior. It's got John Nolte in it. And when you really, really look at some of the movies out there, you know, like Star Wars, you know, where you got a person that's very, very frustrated. You look at Luke. For those of you that are not Star Wars fans, I apologize, but you know, you got this guy that, you know, lost his parents. Now he's hanging around with his aunt and uncle. And, you know, so he's just, you know, living life, just, hey, you know, life is boring. And then, you know, all of a sudden he comes back and someone took out his uncle and his aunt. And so you all of a sudden find yourself that you always felt like you didn't fit in, and now you know you don't fit in. And so when you sort of get away from the average people and you start to veer away and you find a mentor, you know, that can show you some stuff that you go, wow, you know, I didn't know that I could make residual income. I didn't know that I could make leverage. I didn't know that I could help other people succeed and actually earn while they were earning. And, you know, when people hear about these things, they sort of think they're foreign and their philosophy sounds weird, but in reality, they're weird. You know what I mean? When you look at, you know, people that are successful, every successful person uses those principles. And what's amazing about it, they'll write about those principles just like I did in my book, How Is That Working? And it immediately went to #1 in a number of categories in Amazon, because there's probably not one person, John, that will ever watch this video that doesn't sometimes think in their mind, you know, there's got to be something better than this. Now, and I'm not just talking about money. We know that money doesn't buy happiness, but neither does poverty. Yeah. You know what I mean? But bottom line, even if it wasn't about money, I think everybody that watches this video would say, God, I'd like to have more peace of mind. I would like to have, you know, more freedom. I'd like to have the ability to travel and see things. I'd like to be able to give to charities. I'd like to be able to do more for the people that I love. I'd like to be able to work on my health more. I mean, it really, I like to buy things for my spouse. It's like, you know, you can go on and on and on. And after we sort of dream just a little bit, then what we do is we go right back to our comfort zone and go, you know, maybe things aren't as bad as I thought they were. And so I really appreciate, John, looking at you eye to eye and finally getting to talk to you on this interview. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Well, I am too, and I did have a question, and it was
good.
How would I approach somebody that's, I would say that, you know, they're a leader in a business, and they actually you approach them about something like this with unlimited profits, sure. 6 minutes, and say, well, you know, we'd just like to use this as a platform for your business, and they would give me an answer like, well, I don't want to do that because I don't want to get kicked out of our company for promoting something else.
The best way to say it is, again, my phrase that's made me over $43 million now in 27 years is say as little as possible to as many people as you can. So when I'm talking to somebody that's in another business in any time, shape, or form, it doesn't make a difference if I'm in a network marketing company or I'm not. The #1 line that I use all the time, John, if I know they're in a business, is I'd say, John, listen, is there anything that I can say or do to get you to take a serious look at what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Is there anything that I could say or do to get you to take a serious look at what I'm doing? And if a person says, well, you know, I look at it, but, you know, I don't want it to be competitive to what I'm currently doing. And you say, well, I don't know how it could be. Amazon's not competitive to you. It's an affiliate company. This is a hybrid affiliate company. It's not a network marketing or MLM company. So for that reason, it couldn't be competitive. But nowadays, what most network marketing companies consider competition is someone that's marketing the same line of product that they're offering.
No.
You see what I mean? So, you know, if you're marketing long distance and the other company's long distance or energy, you got a problem. If you got a company that's in nutrition and another company's in nutrition, you got a problem. And so, you know, what we market, we're a school. So I said this to people the other day, and they seemed to get it really quick, because I said, listen, let's just say, for instance, John, I told you, listen, I have a job for you. I got a friend of mine that lives really close to you, and I got a job for you, and it pays $22 an hour. And what they're looking for right now is they're looking for nurses. Okay? And so I can get you the job, but if you decide that you want to do it, you just got to go to nursing school for a while.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You got to go to nursing school and get this piece of paper that says that you're a nurse. Yeah. So here's what I find so funny, John, about you know, being an entrepreneur, because really, I don't care if it's offline, online, it's a pizzeria, it's a network marketing company, direct sales company. The word that we really use is the word marketing. You'll notice that it's always online marketing or network marketing. What does the word marketing mean? The word marketing means you're very simply taking a product and service from someone that's actually made it or invented it, and you're getting it from them to the person that wants to buy it. Cutting out the middleman, taking it directly to them, and that's where we can make profit from it. And so that's all we're doing. It's marketing. And so when I tell people, listen, I teach people how to market, you look at Amazon last year, and they did $77 billion last year. And a lot of people don't know this, but you can go to Amazon as soon as you get done with watching this video. You can go to Amazon or Walmart. You can click on, look around. You'll see at the bottom of Walmart's site, it says affiliate link. You can sign up free as an affiliate, and now you could market anything that's on the Walmart site. And I could go on and teach this because I love this stuff. It's like you could find, you know, right now, you know, what's, you know, the big hot item out there is, you know, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. Well, if you're an affiliate, you could do a product review of the iPhone on YouTube and then post it on all the Facebook. And if someone clicked on your link and bought the iPhone, you're making money. Mm. And people go, really? And I go, really? And so that's what I would say. I would say to somebody, hey, listen, you know, John, you know, what would I have to do or say to get you to take a serious look at what I'm doing? And they go, nothing, really. Just send me the link. Great. Let me send you over a link. I guarantee the videos that you watch will be, they're not only free, but I guarantee you they'll help you with making money in the marketing. Guaranteed.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, again, I really, really appreciate you, and God bless you. And what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and sign out, and I'll talk to you real soon.
Okay.
All right. God bless. Give my love to Janet, please.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.